go in this Bible to give you the solution. But right now, today, that time is up. There's no more giving you lies. You're not African. You're not black. You're not Jamaican. You are from the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's high time you wake out of sleep. Christianity is a damn fraud. Christianity is a curse to our people.
This is reality. That's right. This is reality. We're going to show you why. You have destroyed yourself. So we're supposed to give a warning. We're not judging you. We're warning you.
Well, have we seen any change? Have we seen anything that has changed our people? Changed our neighborhood?
You say you went and bought food today. Now we're going to show you what you can do and what you can't do on the Sabbath again.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31. Because this is what we got to do. Because this is why we're in the predicament we in. Because we break the laws every day without knowing. But today you're going to know. Today you're finna know. So you don't have no excuse. No excuse no more.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring bread or any victuals on the Sabbath day.
So if the people, which is these stores right here, they got things for you to sell. They got food for you to buy. If they come on the Sabbath to say these things, what shall we do?
And if the people of the land bring any ware or victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy.
Now what?
That we would not buy.
We ain't supposed to buy it because it's the Sabbath. You got 6 days to buy everything you need to buy. God picked one day. Give me that Genesis chapter 2 and verse 2 and 3. God picked one day. It's that important. You might think all days is God's day, but we're going to see how God picked that one day, and he made it different than all the other days and all the other days. Watch.
Right. The book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 2. And on the 7th day.
And on the what?
And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he hath made. And God blessed the 7th day.
And God did what?
And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it.
So he blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, meaning that day is special than all his days. That's his day. He blessed it and sanctified it. So he made it different than all the other days. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to keep it that way. Now give me Exodus 20 and verse 8. Now let's see if we could work and have people work, or your people who live with you work and do things on the Sabbath. Let's see if we could do that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So 6 days, labor, do all your work, but the 7th day, which is today, is the Sabbath of the Lord. That's his day.
In it thou shalt not buy, thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant.
So that means your children. You're supposed to teach that to your children. They ain't even supposed to be buying or selling.
Right.
They're not even supposed to be cooking and doing all that on the Sabbath day.
Right. Nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day.
We just read that in Genesis. 6 days he did all that, and he rested. So if you believe in God, we're supposed to do what he does. You know what I'm saying? So now you know. So now you mark with that thing. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to go on and teach your people. You got a girlfriend? All right, give me Hebrews 13 and 4 real quick.
No.
Hebrews 13 and 4. Because you got a girlfriend, let's see how do God teach girlfriend and boyfriend? Because America's taught us boyfriend and girlfriend this day. Let's date. Let's have casual sex. Right. But that's not in the Bible. So let's read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable.
What?
Marriage is honorable in all.
So God said marriage is honorable. So when you have a boyfriend and girlfriend, God not honoring that thing. He don't honor that thing at all.
Right. Marriage is honorable in all. And the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So God said he gonna judge you if you ain't marrying that woman you sleeping with her.
Right.
What's the judgment we could get? AIDS, You know what I'm saying? What if she got a boyfriend, like a side dude, you ain't even know nothing about? And now you see her, you go mess with her. Now he following her. You know what I'm saying? What's the judgment? No. What's the bad things that happen with boyfriend and girlfriend? No, I'm just saying, being a boyfriend and girlfriend, like, what usually happen? Like, you guys get a place together, and then what happened when it go wrong? Just leave. Everybody abandon each other. You can have children. Now you got single mother home. You somewhere else, you go get another girlfriend and drop another jit here. Now you got 2, 3 baby mamas all over the place. Because God say marriage is honorable. That's why he said to marry your woman. Marry your sisters, all right? Read that. Here's the judgment on that.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife.
So a man that commits adultery with another man's wife. Watch, read.
Even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
Shall surely be the what?
Surely be put to death.
We might not be the one that's going to come kill you, but the Most High is going to kill you, man. It's that serious. It's that serious. Give me Romans 6:23. It's that serious. Romans chapter 6, verse 23. Because when we break God's laws, you got a price to pay for that.
Right.
It's a price to pay for that. Like, you might not think buying and selling, you buying that plate, I'm hungry, God. I'm hungry. But let's see. That's the law we just read, right? Let's see if you, no. Give me 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4 first. You give me that first and then go to Romans 6:23. Because what is sin to you? Yeah. Now what you think sin is? What they taught us in church sin was? I mean, like, basically don't do bad things, right? Right, but let's see what the Bible says what sin is.
Bring it out.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgresseth also the law.
So he said, whosoever commits sin, transgress also the law. Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is the breaking of God's law. So one of the laws was you can't buy and sell on the Sabbath, right? So now read this, Romans 6:3. Now here's the judgment of breaking God's law.
The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
So when you break God's laws, you're going to get death, bro. That's all we going to get.
Right, bring it out.
It ain't no life. It ain't, like, you might be alive walking, but you dead. You walking dead, bro.
Right.
He just ain't take your life yet. And you just driving around, any minute, another car could take you out.
Right.
Right. But here's what we got to do right here.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 2. Keep my commandments and live.
Do what?
Keep my commandments and live. And live, and my law as the apple of thine eye.
He said, keep the laws as the apple of your eye. Keep the commandments and live. That's the only way we can live.
Right.
Because he said, when you break the laws, you get death. Right. But if you keep them, you get life.
Right.
Go ahead, read that. Read what you got.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
This is another law. This is another law that we have to keep. Because you see me with it every day when you come to the shop. Watch this.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
You notice he only talking to the children of Israel. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You are the children of Israel.
That's right.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So he said, command. Bid means to command that they make them fringes on the border of our garments. You see all these things we wearing? These things, they're called fringes. Let's see why we got to get them on our clothes.
Throughout their generations. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So you see, we all got a ribbon of blue upon the borders of our garments with the fringe. And he said, throughout our generation, we still generating today, right? So that means forever. We're supposed to do this forever. It's a forever law. Read.
That's right.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
You got to look upon them and do what?
Remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. And do them.
So these fringes was for us to remember the commandments, meaning, let's say you see a girl and you be like, damn, she fine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you want to go holler at her. By the time you walk in to reach her, you might look down and you see your fringe, you be like, damn, I can't do that thing. And the sister might know something about the fringes and see you coming to be wicked as hell and check you.
Right.
You understand? You got to always let your light shine at all times, because you don't know who's watching. You don't know who she is or what she was into. You understand what I'm saying to you? Exactly. Could be a test. Read.
That's it on that. There's more? Oh, okay. Verse 40. That you remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt. Oh, verse. Okay. And do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes.
Right.
After which ye used to go a-whoring.
He said, don't seek after your own heart and after your own eyes. Meaning, whatever you think about and you see with your eyes, don't go seek after that.
Right.
Because you seen that beautiful woman, you're like, Dad, I got to have that. He telling you, don't do that. Don't do that thing. Look upon your friends. Remember my laws. He trying all type of ways for us to remember these laws to get back to him.
Right.
Because if you ain't keeping them, is what's going to happen to us? What? Death. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Last scripture.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and verse 12. So now you heard all these laws. God has something that he requires of us. That you know all these things. That you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. God has something that he requires of you guys.
Right.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So now he said, now Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, what do God require of you?
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So God is saying to do all this, and watch what he says in one word, to keep all these things he just said, to wrap it up.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
That's it. He said, walk in my ways, love him all my heart. He said all that just to say, keep the commandments.
That's right.
Keep the commandments. Ecclesiastes 12. Keep the commandments. Because that's all we got. Because we might think, why are we here then? Why are we on earth for? It ain't to get all this money. It's not to like go to the clubs and all that. We're here for one reason. God only put us here for one reason. Watch this.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So let us hear the conclusion of everything we've been talking about. All these things that's going around. Let's hear the conclusion. Why we've been born. Why we here. Read.
Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
That's our duty. Keep the commandments. Fear God and keep the commandments. We got to fear the judgments, meaning for breaking the commandments.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.